Up next, we have Stephanie! Woo!
Oh my god, you're gay. Can you please be my gay best friend? If I ever was in the role of having to answer this, it would go like this. Oh my god. I always wanted to be a gay best friend. You know how honored I am to finally be a mascot. I can't wait to be fetishized more than I already am and have to meet the expectations of being the gay best friend. Trademark. I wish my mom could see me now. Although this may seem like an innocent joke or someone genuinely wants you to be their gay best friend, we have to recognize that this can lead to mental illnesses, and this fetishizes people who identify as a gay person. Some people say it's harmless, you're over-exaggerating, you need to relax, or you need to be quiet. People might ask, how much does this really affect people? The gay best friend stereotype, trademark, can bring expectations to people who are gay, leading to mental illnesses, which lead into my next topic. So why is mental health so important to the LGBT community? LGBT plus community? Because it has been known that individuals that identify as LGBT plus have any type of mental health conditions. NAMI, or the National Alliance of Mental Health Illnesses, stated LGBT adults are more than twice as likely as heterosexual adults to experience a mental health condition. 40% of transgender adults have attempted suicide during their lifetime, compared to less than 5% of the US population as a whole. LGBTQ young people are more than twice as likely to feel suicidal and over 4 times as likely to attempt suicide compared to heterosexual youth. According to the CDC's 2015 Youth Risk Behavior Service, 60% of the LGBTQ youth reported being so sad or hopeless they stopped doing some of their usual activities. So we have the percentages, we have the statistics, but where do we have the actual example of mental health in the LGBTQ community? And to that I say that's me. I'm the 60% of LGBTQ youth who feel sad or hopeless, and I was a youth who were twice as likely to feel suicidal. About 9.5 years ago, I dealt with the first loss, my great-grandpa. It's been a long time since I've remembered him or seen many pictures of him, but I remember the little stand that he and my great-grandma had that I would take my favorite candy from. His death, as much of a loss he was, didn't impact me a lot. It was the second death that I had to experience, and the one I wish I could realize was never my fault, the one I hope no one has to ever experience. When I was around 6 years old, my baby brother died. He was a little over 1 year old. The events of that day will always be engraved into my head for the rest of my life, because the amount of guilt I had, the screaming, crying, and being separated from my mom was unforgettable. At first, I thought this was all a joke, my mom running around in panic. I thought she was being funny. And then I saw other people outside my house. I wasn't laughing, I was worried. I was panicked and I was crying. The guilt settled in, and I thought this was all my fault. That maybe I shouldn't have played with him so hard. Maybe I shouldn't have made him cry all this time. Maybe if I was nicer, he was still here. The little girl with no care in the world other than being lost, being afraid of Chucky, was no more. I changed, and everyone could see that. I used to be a kid who cried a lot in school, and the counselors wanted to help me, but I didn't know why. I just thought they wanted me to make a video when I cried in class. For once in some time, I was happy, but then I changed schools. I was a new kid, and I was the chubby, scared, bullied new girl. While I tried to get help, the teachers always sided with my second grade bully, Priscilla. So if you ever watch this, look at me now. After a couple years, I got a new chance. I have a little sister, and to this day, I always think of her as my second chance to make sure I protect my siblings. I was finally happy, and soon enough, I got a second younger sister. I finally wasn't sad as I was before. I changed schools and started a new life. I thought I was finally going to be happy with friends, have a better time in school, and that was true until I hit 7th grade. 6th grade was the year when I tried understanding a transition from elementary school to middle school. I wasn't the smartest kid, but I wasn't the kid who always got F's in class. But I knew things were stressful. But during 7th grade, it got worse. I felt worse. I met my biological dad, my mom and my sister's dad broke up, and I developed a lot of depression and anxiety. But the thing that almost set me off was when I realized that I was bisexual. I never felt homophobic towards myself, but the fear of my parents knowing and thinking that they would disown me and how my friends would hate me or how my friends might think that I'm a disgusting person, it scared me. But they didn't. They helped me with my struggles, and I was happy, at least to them. December 7th was the day where I tried and attempted to end my life. I always thought of hurting myself, but never going through with my decision. And I thought that that night would be the night where I would listen to myself. I said goodbye, and I thought that I was going to end it all. But I got a text. One of my best friends at the time got me out of that mindset that it was my time to go, out of that headspace and train of thought that told me that I was going to be fine. Now, it wasn't no easy happily ever after story where my friends accepted me and helped me. As much as I wanted that, it wasn't easy, and it would take me a lot of time for me to be at least a little happy. While my journey with mental health and the LGBT community continues with being surrounded by friends and family that support me and having to deal with people that think pedophiles are meant to be part of the LGBT community, to the people who think that please don't come near me, I'm in a better place, and I hope to continue being in a better place. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Stephanie for your talk. Woo!